How to read anyone like a pro, 12 psychological tips. Hey viewers, and welcome to another video. As always, please remember to like the video and subscribe if you want more exciting content. Don't get too excited just yet. This video isn't about reading people's minds. Only vampires, if they exist, have the ability to do so. It's about figuring out what other people are trying to say without using words. It's about picking up on what they're truly saying, even if they don't say it out loud. Your social, personal, and professional lives will all be impacted by your ability to read people correctly. You may modify your message and communication style to ensure that it is received as effectively as possible when you understand how someone else is feeling. It isn't tough at all. It may sound cliched, but reading people does not require any special ability. So here are 17 pointers on how to read people like a pro. 1. You must be completely truthful and be open to new ideas. Before attempting to read others, you must first practice having an open mind. It's not a good idea to let your emotions and past experiences influence your perceptions and opinions. You will misjudge people if you have an easy time judging them. Maintain objectivity in all interactions and situations. In Psychology Today, Judith Orloff MD argues, logic alone won't tell you the whole story about someone. By surrendering to additional essential forms of information, you must learn to read crucial nonverbal indicative signals that others send off. She says that in order to understand someone clearly, you must be objective and receive information neutrally without distorting it. 2. Eye contact. The eyes are both the windows to the soul and a potent communication tool. All of a person's moods and feelings may be read in their eyes. When lovers look into each other's eyes, they expect to see their pupils dilate. It's easy to notice because pupils might be up to 4 times larger than they are normally. When someone is agitated, their pupils contract and their eyes appear to resemble beads. 3. Try to interpret facial expressions. Unless you have mastered the poker face, your emotions will be written on your face. If someone's face develops deep frown lines, it could indicate that they're concerned or overthinking things. On the other hand, a person who is truly laughing will have crow's feet, also known as joy smile lines. Keep an eye out for pursed lips, which could be a sign of fury, disdain, or bitterness. Another sign of stress is clenched jaw and teeth grinding. In addition, Susan Krauss-Whitburn, Ph.D., writes about a grin categorization in Psychology Today. These are: lips are straightened upwards, dimples develop on the sides of the lips, and the brows are lifted in a reward smile. This is a method of conveying positive feedback. Affiliative smile entails pressing the lips together and creating little dimples on the side of the mouth. This is a symbol of affection and friendship. The top lip is raised, the cheeks are pushed up, the nose creases, the indentation between the nose and the mouth deepens, and the upper lids are raised. 4. Handshakes. Handshakes are really important when trying to read someone during an interaction. It can tell you how a person views you or what a person thinks about you. It's said that the hands reflect what the mind is thinking. When someone rubs their hands together, it usually indicates that they are pleased with something. They are optimistic. This is what we do when we're thinking about future rewards. When someone takes your wrist in their free hand, they are demonstrating their trustworthiness. A person's palm on top of another's hand indicates that they are compassionate. However, this is only true if the action is taken immediately. If you've been holding the handshake for a while and then the other person puts their hand on top, it could be a hint that they want to let you know who's in charge. With your palm toward the ground, give each other a handshake. If you're holding someone's hand from below, you want to signal that you're willing to assist them. People occasionally use their free hands to touch others. They can make contact with the other person's forearm, elbow, or back. Such a violation of personal space indicates a lack of communication. The closer the contact is to the torso, the more companionship is required. 5. Ask direct questions to get a straight answer. If you want a straight answer, avoid asking vague questions. Always ask questions that require a straightforward answer. Keep in mind that you should not interrupt someone who is responding to your query. You may instead focus on the person's demeanor as they speak. Look for action words to get a sense of how someone thinks. For example, if your boss says she's decided to go with brand A, the action word is decided. This single term implies that your boss is most likely 1. Not rash, 2. Has considered different options, and 3. Considers everything. Action words provide insight into a person's thought processes. 6. Covering the lips with a hand. This is a good reminder that we all have a time in our lives when we were young. Have you ever covered your mouth to avoid saying anything you didn't want to say? It can also happen to adults. We can prevent expressing what we don't want to say by placing a few fingers, a palm, or even a fist near our mouth. To mask this gesture, fake coughing is occasionally performed. 7. Pay heed to flashes of understanding that occur to you quickly. Every now and again, you could have a aha moment concerning someone. But keep an eye out since these surprises come and go. We tend to overlook it because we are so quick to move on to the next thought that we overlook these critical insights. Your intuitive feelings are your internal truth meter. Gut emotions are a primal reaction that occurs instantly. They're your personal truth monitors, assessing whether or not you can put your trust in others. Try not to make any assumptions. Even if it should go without saying, keep in mind that assumptions lead to misunderstandings. It's especially harder when you're making assumptions about someone you don't know. If you imagine your friend is furious, everything they say or do would appear to be veiled rage to you. If your wife goes to bed early instead of watching your favorite TV show with you, don't jump to conclusions. Don't let her drowsiness fool you into thinking she doesn't want to spend time with you. Relax and keep your mind open and hopeful if you want to read people like a pro. 9. Take note of their walking style. People that shuffle around, walk at a slow pace, or keep their heads down are often insecure. If you notice these qualities in a member of your team, go out of your way to commend them to build their self-confidence. To bring those excellent ideas to the surface, you may need to ask him or her more direct questions during a meeting. 10. Look for personality traits. Despite the fact that we all have our individual personalities, there are some common standards that might help you relate to others and understand them better. Is a person's personality introverted or extroverted? Is he or she motivated by relationships or by significance? What is the individual's attitude toward risk and uncertainty? What makes his or her ego happy? What are the stress-related behaviors of the individual? What are the relaxed behaviors of the individual? 11. Arms and legs crossed. Have you ever had a chat with someone who spoke with their arms or legs crossed? It's not a good indicator, whether you're on a first date or attempting to pitch someone a new idea. Crossed arms and legs indicate that the other person is uninterested in what you're saying. Even if they're smiling and conversing happily, their body language reveals the story. Crossed legs or arms psychologically indicate that a person is intellectually, emotionally, and physically cut off from what is in front of them. Similarly, the path that a person's feet take might reveal a lot about them. A person who likes you will face you with both feet. When their feet start moving toward the door, it means they've had enough and are ready to leave. 12. Head movement. People who are friendly and eager to meet you will turn their body to face you and stare you down. If you've just met someone and they're glancing to the side, this is a subconscious body language sign that they're seeking for an exit. People who are friendly and eager to meet you will turn their body to face you and stare you down. If you've just met someone and they're glancing to the side, this is a subconscious body language sign that they're seeking for an exit. Frequent nodding, on the other hand, may be unintentional indications that the other person needs to move, similar to when someone checks their watch or fiddles with their keys. Do you notice and interpret other people's body language? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. And if this content was helpful, please remember to subscribe.